Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth Eiler, and today we're working with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue to find some straightforward advice and insight on how to be a good friend and a loyal supporter of someone who's going through difficulty and still be healthy ourselves. We all have friends and family members who, from time to time, are in trouble, facing challenges. They're at a crossroads in their lives, and they come to us looking for support and advice and help. And we just give as much as we can. And it seems as though our loved one is just not willing or able to make the changes that he needs to make to move forward in a productive way with his life. And it's so frustrating. We want to be nurturing, and especially when we're asked for our insight or advice, whether personally or professionally, and we do our homework and we spend the time counseling and teaching and training and advising and just doing everything that we can um, to lead someone forward into a better way, and they're resistant or they're just too scared sometimes to do what they really need to do. It's very frustrating, and that can take a toll on our physical and spiritual and emotional health and well-being. The first card that I drew was Una, Easy Does It. And this goddess has a message for us that everything is unfolding in the right timing. We don't need to keep pressing and pressing to try and force things to happen. Give the best advice that you can, be as supportive as you can, help as much as you can, and then know there's a time to step back and let your friend or your loved one move forward on his or her own. There comes a point when we can only do so much for the ones we love, and they have to step up and take responsibility for the next step on the journey. And also remember that everyone is on their own spiritual path. We're all here to have different experiences. We all have a unique perspective. And there are things that our loved ones may have to just go through and just plow through in order to learn from experience. Not everyone will learn from your experience. And sometimes people need to be allowed the time and the space to make their own mistakes. And we need to also be very tolerant of what is the right timing for other people. We may want others to move a lot quicker or a lot bolder than they're ready to do. And so we have to give them the dignity and the peace and space to take leaps of faith when they're really ready to do it. The next card that I drew was Abundancia, prosperity. And she reminds us that we live in a limitless, abundant universe. There is plenty of goodness and richness available to those that you love and whom you are concerned about. But there's also plenty available for you. And make sure that you are balancing giving and nurturing of others with receiving and self-love. It's easy to just become physically or emotionally exhausted trying to help someone through a crisis and feeling so responsible for extricating that person that we forget to take care of ourselves. and we neglect our own well-being. And that does a disservice to you and to your loved one. So remember that we live in an abundant universe, and there's plenty for you and for the ones you love when they are ready to receive it. And the third card that I drew was Yamanya, Golden Opportunity. And she's really echoing the sentiment of Abundancia, that there are doors of opportunity opening for us all the time, right now. There are doors and windows of opportunity opening for our loved ones. And if they miss one opportunity because they weren't ready, or they just were too scared, or too timid, or too stubborn, or they were simply doing things a different way than what you thought was appropriate, if they miss that opportunity, another opportunity will come along. We live in an abundant universe, and there is plenty available for that person that we're so concerned about. But don't spend so much time focusing on trying to push somebody else through a door that you are missing the open doors and open gateways and open windows for yourself. Make sure that you are taking the lay of the land on your own behalf as well. Ultimately, we're only responsible for ourselves. And nobody can make somebody else successful. Nobody can heal somebody else. It's all an inside job. Success, health, wellness, it's an inside job. So if you see someone you love in a bad relationship or a bad job or struggling to find their footing, they have to find it for themselves. And we have to always remember that what's right for us might not be right for someone else. And we have to, as Una says, easy does it. Not try to force, and have faith that things will unfold as they are meant to. And maybe what we think is best for someone isn't really best. So we have to respect our loved ones and allow them the dignity of choosing. We have to suspend judgment about timing and allow people to grow and develop and learn at their own pace. And we have to realize that we can miss out on important opportunities for ourselves if we're too focused on trying to help someone else manage their personal or professional life. So strike a balance. Be as loving, as supportive as you can. Be that shoulder to cry on and be that source of help and advice, but not to the point where you are suffering as a result. If you need to step back and take a vacation from that friend or loved one for a little while so that you can have a space of quiet and contemplation and peace to do your own thing, do it. The people who love us want us to be healthy and well. And draining our energy to try and help someone else doesn't help anyone. So have confidence and faith in timing. Take care of yourself and don't miss out on opportunity. And know that we don't have just one chance to get things right. We are constantly changing and growing and evolving, and our loved ones are too. And if our angels and guides know that someone or some job or some course of study is really the right thing for us or the ones we love, they'll find a way to bring it back to our attention again when we're ready to act on it. So take care, be a good friend and a good nurturer to your loved ones, and be a good friend and good nurturer for yourself.